Today let us start with chapter plant growth and development. Development. It is a sequential process which is sum of growth and differentiation. Growth. It is a fundamental characteristics of all living organisms. It is defined as irreversible permanent increase in size, volume and weight. Plant growth is unique as it is unlimited due to meristematic tissue. Now types of meristem. Here you can see in the picture the tips of shoot and roots are having apical meristematic tissue which are primary in origin. That means they are present from the young stage of plant. And then here you can see the lateral parts of the stem. Here you can see the lateral meristem, which is also called as cambium, where it is secondary in origin. That means it is formed after the development of plant. Growth is quantitative, that means it can be measured. Then growth increases fresh weight and dry weight, here like storage organs, fruits, vegetables, etc. Then cell size of watermelon is here for example cell size of watermelon increases for about 3,50,000 times. Then volume, then surface area. For example, in leaves the surface area increases as growth increases. Then length is increased. Then stem growth, root growths, the length of stem and root increases. Then cell number. Root apical meristem of maize increases by 17,500 per hour. So this is example when the growth occurs, the cell number also increases. Then phase of growth. 3 phases of growth: meristematic phase or phase of cell division, then elongation phase or phase of enlargement, maturation phase or phase of differentiation. First let us discuss about meristematic phase or phase of cell division. They have dense cytoprotoplasm, contain large nucleons, have high respiration rate, cell wall is primary in nature. Now elongation phase or phase of enlargement. Here it causes vacuolation, new cell wall deposition and cell enlargement takes place. Then maturation phase or phase of differentiation. Structural and physiological differentiation occurs. Cell attain maximum size in terms of wall thickenings, protoplasmic modifications, etc. Then let us move to growth rates. The increase in growth per unit time is defined as growth rate. Thus, it can be expressed mathematically, being either arithmetic or geometrical. First is arithmetic growth. It is seen in root and shoot apical meristem. It causes elongation of root and shoot. Here, growth rate is constant. When one cell divides, it forms 2 daughter cells. Only one daughter cell continues to divide, while other differentiates and matures. Here you can see one will divide into 2 and one will be remained as such, and other will have capacity of dividing. Here you can see the graph between the height of plant and time. It gives straight line because here, as we know, the growth rate is constant in arithmetic growth. Then formula, it can be mathematically expressed as LT equal to L naught plus RT, where LT equal to length at time t, L naught is length at time 0, then R equal to growth rate, T equal to time. Then geometric growth. Both the progeny cells have capability of dividing. It is seen in cells in culture and many higher plants and plant organs. Characteristics of living organisms growing in a natural environment. Here you can see the graph in geometrical growth, size or weight of the organ versus time. Here you can see the graph is like curve, where exponential phase we can write log phase also, where it is in stationary phase. It is mathematically expressed as WT equal to W naught e power RT. W naught equal to initial weight, WT is final weight, and E equal to base of natural logarithm, R equal to growth rate, T equal to time taken. Now comparison of growth. There are 2 ways by which the quantitative comparisons between the growth of living system can be made. First is absolute growth rate, then the second is relative growth rate. First let us know about both absolute and relative growth rate. Absolute growth is the measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. Then relative growth equal to growth per unit time by initial size into 100. Conditions for growth. The growth of a plant involves synthesis of more protoplasm, cell division, cell enlargement, and cell differentiation, influenced by various factors such as water, temperature, oxygen, light, nutrients, and gravity. Differentiation. The phenomena by which the cells derived from root apical meristem, shoot apical meristem undergo permanent changes in their structure, biochemistry, size, physiology of cells, cell wall, and protoplasmic content, thus enabling the cells to perform a specific function. Example, here you can see first is tracheary elements. The cells elongate, lose their protoplasm to form tracheids. A strong elastic lignocellulosic secondary cell wall develops. Then chloronema, here specialized to perform the photosynthesis, present in living thin walled cells. Now let us know about differentiation, dedifferentiation, redifferentiation. Primary, first here you can see the first cells of which undergo these processes is primary meristematic cell, which undergo differentiation to form primary permanent tissue such as parenchyma, chlorenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, and phloem. Then it undergoes dedifferentiation to form secondary meristematic tissue or cells. Then these secondary meristematic cells again undergo redifferentiation to form secondary primary tissue such as secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Now let us discuss about dedifferentiation. During differentiation, cells lose their ability to divide and form permanent cells, but some cells regain their distribution capacity. This phenomena where differentiated cells regain or attain their capability to divide and form new cells is called dedifferentiation. Dedifferentiation tissue can act as a meristem. Example, interfascicular vascular cambium, then cork cambium, wound cambium, etc. These are formed from fully differentiated parenchymatous cells. Now let us know about redifferentiation. The dedifferentiation cell lose their capacity of division and redifferentiate to form secondary permanent tissue. It forms secondary phloem, secondary xylem, secondary cork, and secondary cortex, etc. Development. Sequence of changes that occur in structure and function of an organism or organ or tissue or cell involving its formation, growth, differentiation, maturation, reproduction, senescence, and death is known as development. Development stages of higher plants. First, seed germination, then seedling will form, then juvenile phase, then maturation, flowering, seed formation, senescence, and finally death. Then plasticity. It is an ability to change is known as plasticity. It is of two types. Different phases of life cycle, for example cotton, coriander, large spark, etc. Then environment, example buttercup. So here you can see plasticity. For example, we have larkspur, which is an amphibious plant. That means it is it has both leaves under the water and above the water. So underwater it has long, slender, thin, splitted leaves, whereas above water it has wax coated, broad with surface area leaves. So by this we can say different phases of life cycle. Then for environment, for example buttercup, it changes its it changes its structure with respect to the environment. Then factors affecting development. Intrinsic factors, extrinsic factors. Intrinsic factors are intercellular, that is genetic, and intercellular, that is PGRS. Then extrinsic factors like light, temperature, oxygen, nutrition, etc. Plant growth regulators. Small and simple organic substances, diverse or different chemical composition required in low concentration, lead to promotion, inhibition, and modification of growth. Composition of plant growth regulators. Plant growth promoters, plant growth inhibitors. Here you can see some plant growth regulators like indole compounds like IAA, indole 3 acetic acid, IBA, indole butyric acid, then terpenes like gibberellic acid, GAS, then adenine derivatives like furfurylamine, purpurine or keratin, then gaseous like ethylene, CH2, double bond CH2, then derivatives of carotenoids like abscisic acid, ABA. Now classification of PGRs or plant growth regulators. First is plant growth promoters, or which consists of auxins, gibberellins, cytokinin. These are helpful in cell division, cell enlargement, tropic growth, flowering, fruiting and seed formation. And plant growth inhibitors like abscisic acid, which helps in dormancy, abscission, etc. Dormancy. It is a period when growth and development are temporarily stopped. For example, failure of seeds to germinate due to lack of favorable condition in environment. Then abscission. It is falling or shedding of leaves, fruits, flowers in young age. Here you can see the hormone like ethylene, which acts as promoter as well as inhibitor, but is largely act as inhibitor. Now auxin. Auxin is derived from the Greek word auxine, which means grow. Discovered by Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin, who worked on canary grass. First isolation of auxin was done in human urine, done by Kogel et al. F.W. Went isolated it from tips of coleoptiles of oat seedlings, and he coined the term auxin. Bioassay is quantitative and qualitative, which tells the identity and function of the hormone. Then the first test which was done to isolate the auxin from the tips of oat is known as Avena culture test, as Avena is a biological name of oat. Then cress root growth inhibitor test is also done in cress plants to extract the auxin. Then nature and structure of auxin. Here you can see the compound of auxin. Then it is weakly acidic, unsaturated ring. Now let us know about the auxin types, function, occurrence and uses. Types are of two types: natural, synthetic. Function is apical dominance, abscission, cell division, xylem differentiation. Then occurrence is both in root apex and shoot apex, and uses are rooting, flowering, parthenocarpy, weedicides, etc. Now types of auxins. Natural auxins like IAA, indole 3 acetic acid, IBA, indole 3 butyric acid. Then synthetic auxins like 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenyl acetic acid, then 2,4,5-T, that is 2,4,5-T trichlorophenyl phenoxy acetic acid, then Na, naphthalene acetic acid. Now synthesis. Precursor is by tryptophan, that is xenin essential, and location is it is present in shoot tip and root tips. Now here you can see from the shoot tips or root tips, the auxin releases through and goes down through the transport known as polar transport. Here now let us know some functions of auxins. First is cell elongation. Auxin can make the cell wall acidic. At acidic pH, an enzyme expansion is released. The enzyme breaks the H bond between the cellulose microfibrils, thus loosen it. New cell wall material is added up for cell elongation. Second function of auxin is promote apical dominance. Presence of apical bud suppresses the growth of the lateral buds. Auxin travels from the apical bud to the lateral buds. Lateral buds are sensitive to auxin. Now auxin inhibits the differentiation of xylem and phloem in lateral bud, so their growth is inhibited. If tip is removed, it is known as decapitation or pruning. Then the branches arise. It is done in case of tea plantation and hedge mating, etc. Then third function is phototropism and geotropism. Curvature or bending movements by cylindrical organs is done when phototropism is seen, and due to differentiation, growth either towards the stimulus or away from it is shown by both phototropism and geotropism when light is in the presence of light. Then abscission is the fourth function. The first layer is separation layer, which produces cellulose pectinase cell wall, and the second layer, protective layer, protection from infection and water loss as it has suberin. Then auxin prevent fruit and leaf fall in early stages but promote abscission of order mature leaves. Now auxin gradient theory. Endicott and Lange discovered the auxin gradient theory. Auxin concentration in stem, auxin concentration in leaf, and abscission. If it is low, auxin concentration in stem, and high in leaf, then abscission not seen. It is low and low, it is seen. It is high and low, it is seen. At low auxin concentration, the ethylene state functioning and abscission start. Ethylene is the main hormone for abscission. Now herbicides. 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T kills dicots or broadleaf plants. And then rooting. It is used to generation of fruit. Used in biotechnology or bioculture, etc. The seventh function is parthenocopy, that is formation of seedless fruits without fertilization, example tomato. The next is flowering in pineapple. Then now let us move on to the other PGR, that is gibberellin, which is weakly acidic terpenes, and gibberellin link structure is present. Here you can see the structure of gibberellin. Then discovery of gibberellin. The abnormally tall seedlings, he saw the E. cursua found that it was caused by a fungus called Gibberella fungicuri. Then disease called bacane or foolish seedlings of rice. Then later Ubatu and Sukami later isolated it from fungi known as gibberellin. It has 15 types of GA in fungi, whereas plants have more than 100 types of GA, where GA3 is most insensitively studied. Then from acetyl-CoA it forms maraloic acid, which is precursor. Then it is found in root tip and embryo, which is where its synthesis. Then the seed germination. After H2O absorbed, the embryo releases the gibberellic acid. Then gibberellic acid stimulates allurone layer. Then the hydrolytic enzymes are released. The nucleus, protease, alpha amylase test or butyrate test is known as. Gibberellic acid is used in brewing industry, that is endosperm in presence of alpha amylase. It forms maltose, which is helpful in beer production, where gibberellic acid speed up the malting process or beer production. Now bloating. If intercalary meristem is not active, internodes remain very strong. GH stimulates intercalary meristem, thus leads to internodal elongation. For example, beetroot and cabbage. Then fruit sides. Pomalin, that is cytokinin plus gibberellic acid, increases the size and shape of apple. Then increase the productivity of sugarcane. If gibberellic acid is sprayed on the sugarcane fields, the internodes get elongated, the stem length increases, so there is increase in 20 tons per acre of the yield of sugarcane. Then flowering in long day plants. It promotes the male flowers and delay senescence. Juvenile stage will undergo early maturity. Then seed formation will be early due to this gibberellic acid. Now let us move on to the other PGR, that is cytokinin. The first time the cytokinins were extracted from the herring sperm DNA chitin 6-fluorophylline alanine purine. The natural cytokinin was extracted from the maize called as giatin, because the maize biotic name is Gia maize, by Lentham. Purine is adenine and gluonine, that is precursor, and it is found in fruits, root tips, shoot tips, lateral buds, and synthesis there. Then application: cell division, delay senescence, improve nutrient flow. Then chloroplast formation, which is by a chlorophyll preservation test is done to know the presence of cytokinin. Overcome apical dominance, growth of lateral shoot, it will help in growth of lateral branches. All expansion in leaves and cotyledons. Bioassay is used in radish cotyledon explain test. Then tissue culture, if oxygen is equal to cytokinin, this callus formation will occur. If oxygen is less than cytokinin, the shoot will increase. If oxygen is greater than cytokinin, the root growth will increase. Organogenesis or morphogenesis. Then ethylene, the next PGR, which is gaseous hormone discovered by Cousins. The volatile substance was later found to be ethylene. The precursor is methionine. Tissue undergoing senescence and ripening of fruits are under effect of ethylene, effective at concentration of 0.01 plus 2 10 ppm. C2H4 can stimulate its own production. Now application: ripening of first is climatic fruit, increases in rate of respiration. Then non-climatic fruit, no increase in rate of respiration. For example, in climacetric fruit, apple, banana, orange, peach, pear, etc., plum, etc. Then in non-climatic fruit, it is cherry, strawberry, pineapple, etc. Ethophon is mostly used compound as a source of ethylene. Now abscisic acid is another PGR, which is 3 independent researchers discovered these 3 types of growth inhibitors in abscisic acid, that is inhibit B in abscisic 2, then Borman, where abscisic 2 is most important. Later they all observed that they are found to be same and named them as abscisic acid. Additive got isolated from the cotton. Formation: chloroplast based hormone. As enzyme require ABA, formation is present in chloroplast. Here bilozanthin, that is precursor, and epoxy arythroid dioxinase will form ABA, that is terpene derivative. Functions of ABA: the seed development, maturation and dormancy. Antogenesis of GA, that is GA is gibberellic acid switch on the gene and alpha cellulose amylase is produced, whereas ABA switch off the gene and alpha cellulose amylase is not produced. Closure of stomata takes place due to ABA, but that is the efflux of K plus ions from the guard cell due to stress, the closure of stomata during water stress. The flowering in short day plants, then parthenocarp in rows, cambium activity decreases. Now roles of plant growth regulators, that is antagonistic, complementary, invalidicolastic, synergistic. Now events regulated by more than one PGR: seed dormancy, bud dormancy, abscission, senescence, apical dominance, etc. Now let us discuss about seed dormancy. It is non-germination of seeds in spite of availability of all environment conditions suitable for the germination. Factors causing seed dormancy: impermeable or mechanical resistance of seed coat, rudimentary or physiologically immature embryos, presence of inhibitors like abscisic acid, phenolic acid, short chain acids and coumarin, that para-ascorbic acid, etc. Then breakage of dormancy, it may be in two types. First is scarification. It involves scratching of seed coat to break the seed dormancy caused by the hard and impermeable seed coat. Then second type is stratification. It is subjecting the moist seed to oxygen for variable periods of low or high temperature. Stratifications may be of two types, mechanical and chemical. Now seed germination. First is hypogleal, then epigleal. Germination, here mango and Fabaceae. In epigleal germination, bean, castor, onion, mustard are present. Then photomorphogenesis. It is dependent. The plant is dependent on two lights: blue light dependent, red light dependent. Stomata opening occurs. Then seed germination, here phototropism, here flowering occurs. Then movement of chloroplasts are done by blue light dependent, where pollen grain germination is dependent on red light. Here crototropin pigment is present. Here phytochrome pigment is present to absorb the red light. Here blue light is absorbed by crototropin pigment. Now both scientists Borthwick and Hadruggic studied for the effect of different wavelengths of light on the seed germination in the lettuce plant and gave these results, as we can see here. Here seed is subjected with 660 nanometer when red light. Then germination is seen, and seed is provided with far red and 730 nanometer. Then no germination. Then seed is provided with red light plus far red, no germination. If seed is provided with red light plus far germination plus red light, then germination is seen. So the conclusion is, if red light is present, the germination will occur. If far red is present, no germination will take place. Then phytochrome. In phytophragm, the holoprotein is of two types: apoprotein, chromoprotein. In apoprotein, it is proteinaceous and enzyme kinase. In chromoprotein, it is non-proteinaceous, absorb light. Now two forms of photochromin, PR and PFR. PR has 660 nanometer, where PFR has 730 nanometer. Here you can see it is cis blue inactive stable, whereas PFR is trans yellow or green active and unstable. Now hypothetical structure of phytochrome. When chromophore absorbs the light, the kinase gets activated. The photophosphorylation of protein occurs. Then activation of transcription factors occurs. Then transcription factors of genes for formation of gibberellic acid. Two identical proteins join to form a functional unit, as you can see here. Now photoperiodism, the response of plants to relative changes in the light and day is known as photoperiodism. Day duration, night duration. Day duration photoperiod, night duration scotoperiod. Long day plant like wheat, oats, last spark. Then short day plant like rice, soya beans, xanthium, etc. Then day neutral plant like maize, tomato, sunflower, etc. Now difference between the short day and long day plants. Flower when photoperiod is less than critical value. It flowers when photoperiod is more than critical value. Flower during autumn, winter. Flower during summer and late spring. Then PR by PFR is greater than 1. Here PF bar by PR equal to greater than 1. Then example is xanthium, critical value is 15.5 hour. Here example and henbane with critical point is 11 hours. Now day neutral plants. The plants which can flower throughout the year is known as day neutral plants. Site of respiration or darkness or light which is present in leaf. Then foreign hormone. Foreign hormones travels through the phloem and changes vegetative bud to flowering bud. It is hypothetical hormone and non-specific. Now let us discuss about vernalization. It is springification or yarrofication or xaroviation. The quantitative and qualitative dependence of plant on low temperature for flowering is known as vernalization. Now annual plants are like wheat, barley, rye. The two varieties are winter variety and spring variety. Here you can see the winter variety and the spring variety of wheat. Here February, snow to April or May, mature. Here September or outer October to provided low temperature to April to May. Short duration, long duration, high yield. Low temperature not required, low temperature required. Here promotion of flowering by low temperature is called vernalification. Here biennials are two seasons, for example sugarcane, beet, carrot, cabbage, etc. The process of vernaculation: seeds soaked in water first, then given low temperature artificially. Such seeds flower even without winter treatment. That are biennials to annuals. Now requirements: seeds should be hydrated at least 50%. Then aerobic conditions should be present. Proper nutrition is given. Low temperature, that is 0 to 5 degrees, for a few days to even weeks. Low temperature given to seeds, prescribed by Enviro. Then low temperature given to young plants, described by Sam. Now vernalin. According to the Melcher, a hypothetical hormone is formed due to vernalization named vernalin. It is similar to gibberellic acid. Gibberellic acid also replaces low temperature. Now difference between photoperiodism, vernalism. Site of precipitation of light or dark, which is in leaves. Here meristem. Site of precipitation has differentiated cell. Here undifferentiated cell. Phytochrome can perceive light. Here not identified. Here it has fluorogen. It has vernalin as hormones. Long day plants are GA they have GA, gibberellic acid, and short day plants have abscisic acid. Here they are replaced by GA in all plants. Almost all plants are present here. It is shown by plants in temperature like temperate areas, Arctic and alpine areas.